Hello guys, my name is Vishal. I just wanted to make a video tutorial on some nice digital background and also some text fit into that. So I have some vague idea that I need to create a metal grill which is basically in a honeycomb pattern, and then I just wanted to cut in the center and then just put a text here. So firstly I just wanted to create a simple background and then add the grill and all that. It's the design is very popular, but just this tutorial generally should help you in understanding a lot of techniques and the workflows. So firstly the major challenge is like trying to create a honeycomb pattern. There are different ways, but I just wanted to create the honeycomb pattern in path. So that's where the work could be a little bit different from your pattern tool. So I don't want to use pattern tool here. So what I'm going to do is choose the polygon tool and then just click here in the canvas, and then you could see the radius is 100 pixels and then sides is 6 sides, and then I just click OK, and then you get this one. For comfort I just select the color and then stroke I'll increase it so that you could see what I've really created here, like that. Okay, so generally this all thing is not required. I'm just putting this on the side, and the color I just wanted it to be a none, and then just stroke I'll just put it to 1 and then leave it like that. It's a simple shape, you could see that. This is like stroked and not the fill color. So I select that, and then I would like to tell you something really interesting here. So for that I just select the ellipse and then just click there with a height of 100 pixels by 100 pixels. Sorry, it should be 200 pixels, sorry. Just for explanation part, and just like that. Now select this both shapes, this one and this one, then align it. I should able to see radius is the point from center to the edge, so this one, and from this point to this point is called apothem. So the apothem value is very important. So there's a calculator around in internet, and just try to find out the measurement from the center to the apothem, not from center to the edge of this corner. So that the measurement from this point to this point is different, and from this point to this point is different. So I just wanted to make it clear. So if you remember, I've just created a hexagon which is basically having 6 sides, and the radius is 100. So the apothem value is basically 86.6. so I've just searched for calculators around internet and then entered 100 for the radius and side 6, and then calculate, then it gave me a value of 86.6. so that's where I can start something. So I'll just go down and then move that to the corner there. Okay, like that. Now just go to the effect and then transform, and then choose transform tool here. So in vertical side I'll put 200 and copies of maybe 30. So if you could see here, 200 is not really working because the radius was 100. So from this point to this point is 100, from this point to this point is 100, and there's a gap here. So if I would have taken the radius value, sorry, I have taken the radius value, sorry, and that is giving me the gap. So if I take the measurement from this point to this point, which is apothem, and the value is 86.6, and then the double of that value is 170 3.2. Okay, so you should see it's touching that precise border there. So that's really important to creating the alignment. So 173.2 is the value I've taken in the vertical side, and the radius is 100 for this particular polygon. Once that is done, say OK. Now when I select that particular path and then move, the whole shape is moving with that, but this one is not really a shape actually, not a path basically. So what I do is I will go to object and then say expand appearance, and then you get the whole thing turning into paths. That's nice. The next thing is I would like to apply the transform again. Okay, number of copies is 1 only, and I'm going to choose the width, okay, to 86.6, okay, and then 150. It's not working. Let me see again. 0, 0. So I'll just choose 150. That's working. 86.6. That's also working. Now what I have done is from this point to this point is 100 pixels. So I have to move 150 pixels, which is 1.5 times bigger than the radius. And 86.6 is the apothem value again. No, need not worry about that. Then you are good to go. Then you got this shape, basically honeycomb pattern. And then what I'm going to do is object, expand appearance. Now again I apply the transform tool. Okay, this time let me try 300 pixels and then copy it some 15 times. Then you should able to see that I've created a big grid here, okay, of honeycomb. So once that is done, I'm going to choose object and say expand appearance, and then you should see this is a stroke. I'm going to increase the stroke to whatever the size you want. Okay, object and then expand. Now this time this is path, and when I'm expanding it, it will try to draw paths to the outline of this stroke here. Okay, and then that should become a path. Now if you could see that there is no stroke now, this is completely a fill result. Now once that is done, then just click this button called unite, and then it's now created in paths. So this is a very nice way to create complex paths here, understanding the design, measurements and repeats, and then put certain values which can generally help you, and then go ahead. Okay, now you should able to see I've got something here. Okay, and I need to scale it down a little bit. Still I need to scale it. Okay, that's nice. So I'm going to duplicate this layer and then work on this layer here. Okay, and also I'll create a empty layer here which should be on the bottom, and then I'm going to create a rectangle. Okay, and then click here, and my canvas size is 1920 pixels by 1080 pixels. That's nice. Now select that and then align it to the artboard in the center. Now click and apply the gradient, and then explore the gradient options. Okay, now all good. I'm just putting it to the center gradient, double click, and then choose a light gray and then choose a darker gray. Maybe I should take the darkest here. That's fine. Now I got something nice as the background. Just I can smoothen it if I want. Okay, that's okay. Now I just enable this particular layer which is sitting on the top, and then apply some effect to it. Okay, so I'll just go to the appearance window and then select the path. Before going into that, select your background, go to object, lock the selection, or you can press Ctrl 2 on the keyboard. Now bring on this particular layer and then start applying the effects you wanted there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply for this particular layer the gradient. And I'm applying edit gradient, and then I'm going to put that gradient in the center. Okay, I should be able to see some gradients here. Uh, Sorry, the no fill was applied onto it, so I'm just going to edit gradient, choose the center one, and then just try to pick some colors there. I just want it to be a little bit metallic, the steel type. Like that. It looks nice. I just wanted it to be a little bit darker. Okay, that's nice. I just try to create some 3D effect onto it. Let's see how it will going to work. And I'll go to the appearance here, window, appearance. So I got this layer. Okay, and I will just try to create a stroke here. Okay, so let me make a copy of it, and then path, and then I'll just choose stroke. Okay, I select the fill here. Okay, and then edit the gradient here. Okay, I have this problem. I hold Alt to copy a color swatch, and then give multiple gradients here. Okay, Let me see how it's basically looking. Should able to see some stroke going on here. Let me try changing their placements. Okay, that looks nice. I select this one. Okay, I do the similar thing. I just wanted some. Okay, that gives a very nice metal there. Always I just prefer to check the result without selecting the paths. Okay, I'll go to the appearance again, select the layer which is in the below, and then even I choose the gradient here and not the center, and then swap certain things. Okay, I'll just add a stylize effect called drop shadow effect, stylize drop shadow, and 5 pixels blur. Offset is basically let it be 7 pixels and see. Same problem. I keep repeating this problem. I don't select it and then try to. Okay, I just put 3 pixels offset here, and then blur value of 10 and opacity of 75. I'm just trying to give that third dimension to it. The shadow is too blurred, and it's giving or some artificial look, so I just thought to reduce the amount of blur, and I just wanted it to be more organic. Yeah, this looks better. Okay, I can generally select these layers and lock them if wanted. Press Ctrl 2 and then you may not able to select these things anymore. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a rectangle shape and just put it in the center like that. Okay, and select it and then make sure that it is in the center of the canvas, and then just make it round. And you can try exploring different styles here if you wanted them to be. So I just this looks pretty much good, so select that one, and then I'm going to use certain things here so that I can get more effects into it. So whatever I generally do it, I prefer to keep it in a layer. So let's create a new layer and then again draw that and then drag it into the center, hold Alt, and then you get something like that. Okay, so I've got this particular shape. Again, align it to the center, and I'm going to add another rectangle here. Just click in the canvas and then type the values, which is 1920 pixels by 1080 pixels, and then align it to the center. Okay, so I'll just send it backward, so you could able to see these two shapes here. Okay, so there are so many things. One is I'm trying to get some drop shadow effect. I want some frame, so I'm just trying to create some first two layers here, and this particular layer I will select it and then copy and paste in the place. So I just hide that particular layer, select these two things, and then go to the shape builder. Okay, before going into that, let me select this color, put it white. Okay, this one also you can put it white, you can put it a red if you wanted. Now select these two things. Okay, and then enable shape builder. So click. So what you have got is these two layers here. Okay, I need to select this layer, send it backward, one layer back. Now select this particular layer and go to the effect, stylize, drop shadow, and then here I'll put offset of 10 and value of 5. I'm applying OK, and then let me bring it forward. Then you should be able to see some shadow formation there. Okay, so we have this copy here which we were using. So I'm going to paste it in the front. Okay, and then what I need to do is I need to select these both things and then make it a clip masking, and you get this result. So it generally cuts that area. That's good. And then you can go to the appearance part. So shadow is in separate layer, gradient is in separate layer. So I'm selecting that gradient and go to the gradients section, and then edit the gradient. So I just start with simple, again it select it and then put that color. So I'm going to put some simple blue or red tones. So I select that and then pick this color and and to put this color. Okay, and then choose a central gradient and then keep it that way. That looks pretty good. So I'm going to select this particular layer, go to the layer section and duplicate that rectangle and then put it on the top here. Okay, and then I'm going to select this color off, and it select it first, make it off, and then select the stroke and then increase the stroke value. Then you get that nice beautiful stroke there. And then once that is done, you can apply a gradient to that stroke. Okay, so make sure that it's not applied to so I'm just choosing this align stroke outside so that I could also see the drop shadow there clearly. Once that is done, I'm going to select this color and then apply the gradient. Okay, and I'll make sure that it's basically sort of steel. So you can try different types of gradients. I don't know what's not working. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose so you're able to see that nice stroke coming on there. Okay, so I've got this stroke. Okay, I'll add a stylize, or maybe I can just try exploring certain effects here. First I need to duplicate that layer. and increase that stroke 1 or 2 points higher, and then change the gradiency to give that 3D effect again. I'm opening the I'm reducing the thickness to 20 for the layer which is below, and for this I'm going to reduce it more lesser value. You should be able to see that nice background coming there. Cool. So I select all of them, again press Ctrl 2 to lock them. Once that is done, I'm going to put the text layer here. So I'm going to type my name, I'm using this font called Crone Regular. I've downloaded it from 1001 fonts. I'm going to use that, and I'm going to scale it. You can generally align it to the center again. Okay, so you can add all that possible layers to it, the layer style. So I'll go to the appearance, and then you got the fill, and then apply the gradient on it. Okay, sometimes the gradient doesn't work for the text, and for that what you need to do is select the text and then just apply no fill and then apply gradient to it. So first you need to apply the no fill and then choose a gradient and apply, and that should work. Go to Windows and then search for swatch libraries, gradients, and then choose metals. Then you got a lot of metals, you can choose any one from there. Okay, like that. So I'm going to choose this, that's fine. Then go to edit gradients window and edit gradient, and I'm going to choose the angle to 90 degrees, and then it gives me that nice gradient on the text. Okay, that's pretty much nice. So what I'm going to do is give that nice 3D effect to it. Go to the appearance, so you got the fill, and I'm going to duplicate, select the layer which is on the bottom. For that, apply transform and then choose 1 pixel, 1 pixel, copies 25. So you get that nice 3D. So if I put 10, so the thickness goes a little bit lower. Okay, and what I need to do is I need to keep it less thick. Once that is done, what I need to do is I need to before going to that, actually I just wanted a small stroke to give that roundness to it. So let me first select that, make a copy, then go to the path and offset path, and then just put 1.5 pixels of okay, a very thick stroke. sorry, thin stroke, and then I choose the gradients here. Okay. So what I need to do is I need to change the position. Okay. And then you should be able to see that nice highlight coming on that. Once that is done, again make a copy, then go to FX, transform, and then choose 1 pixel, 1 pixel. Okay, and then put a copies of 5. I can apply preview if needed. I'll put a 10, then you get a more thick text there. That's good. And then I want to apply OK, and then again go to edit gradients for that, and then give a different position for the gradient. It's the same gradient again. Once that is done, apply, stylize, and drop shadow, and then put a value of 2 blur, and then offset of 3 to give a very subtle shadow there. Once that is done, I'll apply, drop shadow. It's asking whether you want to apply a new effect. I say yes, and then this time blur value of 5, offset of 6, and opacity of 60. And 5, 5, and that gives me a nice 3D text there, which is I think I just wanted this to be a little bit dark. So I'll go to the appearance and then see which part is giving me that thickness, and then I'll edit their gradiency. Okay, and then preferably keep a lot of dark values so that the text gets that nice so you should see that gives nice better elevation of this total stroke here. Okay, so I know this is a little bit complex, but there's a lot which I have done here in terms of tool usage, so you can basically explore that and see if you could recreate this very similar thing in Illustrator. And let me know if you have any problems facing while creating this stuff. Okay, I could also see there's a lot of area I can maybe correct on this. I can correct it, but again it's all depend on what kind of colors you want to pick and how to elevate things, and when you refine it, it becomes better and better. So there's no end for it. Somewhere I need to stop myself, and then you can explore to create much better results. Please let me know if you have created anything out of this tutorial, and share that with me. I would love to see the result you have done.